In June 2019, Forbes wrote about Keanu Reeves' immortal reign at the box office. The business magazine remarked that in his 32 years of acting, the actor's name in the credits helped his movies amass almost $4.5 billion in ticket sales. That Forbes article, though fairly recent, came out before the release of Toy Story 4, where Keanu Reeves voiced the daredevil Canadian stuntman toy Duke Kaboom. The animated film grossed over $1 billion at the worldwide box office.
Duke Kaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman. Huh. Oh yeah. Ha. Ha.
Another point in Keanu's resume. Out of all this, Keanu Reeves came out with a $360 million net worth. Add to this the upcoming sequel to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, the fourth installment in the John Wick saga, and the fourth Matrix movie. In short, within the next couple of years, Keanu will stuff his pockets with even more cash. Impressive, right? What's even more impressive is that Keanu isn't just another rich and privileged actor.
You're like a cutie pie. You're a cutie pie.
Way back in 2006, Reeves said in an interview, "Money doesn't mean anything to me. I've made a lot of money, but I want to enjoy life and not stress myself building my bank account." Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and let's find out more about why Keanu Reeves remains indifferent to his wealth and how the nicest man in Hollywood manages his finances. We'll also clear some misconceptions about his charitable actions and throw in a crazy paternity lawsuit story, so make sure to watch till the end. And we'll start with a fun fact / proof of Keanu's immortality. Rarely does the actor offer any insights into his private life, including his thoughts about money. But when he does, it's worth it. For instance, as Hello Magazine reports, Reeves let the following bit of information slip. "Money is the last thing I think about. I could live on what I've already made for the next few centuries." The next few centuries, huh, Mr. Reeves?
Why don't you age like the rest of the world?
The actor makes sure to pursue interesting and unusual projects and not look at the paycheck. "I guess I don't connect the enjoyment in the money," Keanu said to the New York Post. "I work on a part and hopefully realize a part and make good films. Some of the successes I've had I'm grateful for because it creates other opportunities." To Keanu, money is a byproduct of his job, which is to entertain.
Your movies have made so much money. $3.5 billion.
They've entertained.
For a very long time, almost 18 years after starting his career, Reeves didn't even own a home. He described his lifestyle as leading a simple life, mostly out of his suitcase in hotels. As we know, this isn't because he lacked the means. His favorite place to stay was a hotel in Los Angeles that is famous for serving as a long and short-term residence for celebrities. Keanu's first home cost him close to $5 million. Since he purchased it in 2003, the property's market value has grown and is currently estimated at over $8 million. It's very rectangular with a lot of straight lines, but there's also a lot of limestone tile. "I use stone, glass, steel, and wood," a proud Keanu told the Daily Mail. Cozy. Oh, and one of the best changes wealth brought into his life was the opportunity to buy his mama house. Rumor has it that Keanu Reeves may have acquired homes in Hawaii and Malibu Beach, but those are just rumors, and we'll leave it at that. And speaking about rumors, a popular misconception about Keanu Reeves is the urban legend that he donated the money he earned for the first Matrix movie to give bonuses to the special effects and design crew. The Wall Street Journal stepped in and clarified that the actor did cut money out of his contract, but directed a portion of it towards funding the special effects, production, and design departments to make The Matrix the undeniable cult classic. But he didn't forget about the people who worked with him closely. He gifted brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycles to the entire stunt crew of 12. "We were all in this thing, and we were training together beforehand," Reeves told the Seattle Post-Intelligencer. "I just wanted to give a bigger thank you to all these guys who helped me make one of the great movie fights in the history of cinema." The gift choice makes even more sense when we learn that the 55-year-old actor is an avid motorcyclist.
But I've never gone 150. I haven't actually gone that fast. I'm like in the 135 range.
He has his own Arch motorcycle company that builds custom motorcycles. In case you'd like to own one of those, be ready to shell out at least $78,000. Too pricey for you? Don't worry. Keanu's beginnings were more than humble, but look at where he is now. As a teenager, he used to sharpen ice skates at a local arena in Toronto and had another part-time job at a grocery store. His first more or less serious on-screen appearance was in 1986 sports drama Youngblood. Although Keanu got to show off his hockey-playing skills as a goalie, his first paycheck was for just $3,000. 3 years on, his salary ballooned from $3,000 to $95,000 for his role in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And since earning $1.2 million for 1994's Speed, Reeves' fame and fortune grew exponentially. The star actor earned $2 million for Johnny Mnemonic and $8 million for The Devil's Advocate. It's impossible to talk about Keanu Reeves and not mention the original Matrix trilogy. Oh, and did you know that Keanu was not the first choice to play Neo? Will Smith was. The Men in Black actor, however, turned the offer down because he found the pitch weird. But what's even more weird is that Smith went on to star in one of the biggest flops in his career, Wild Wild West, instead.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
So Keanu Reeves became the one within the Matrix universe, and the trilogy of sci-fi action films grossed $1.6 billion at the box office.
He is the one.
Keanu walked away with over $250 million in salary and bonuses. Another trilogy that's about to turn into a quadrilogy is the John Wick series. Sometime in 2021, Reeves is to return as a retired but not quite hitman. So far, the 3 action-packed movies have generated over $500 million at the box office.
And then I'll do a whole bunch more of like gun fu and whatever and jujitsu, judo.
When Keanu told the Chicago Tribune money is the last thing he thinks about, he had a few stories to prove his statement. Devil's Advocate was able to afford hiring Al Pacino, partially thanks to Reeves, who deferred $2 million of his salary for that purpose.
Invigorating.
He pulled the same move while filming the sports comedy The Replacements, so they could attract the legendary Gene Hackman to the project. Keanu won't put a price tag on the opportunity to share a set with Hollywood's finest. This is what he told the New York Post. "I got to have some really great acting experiences this past year, like working with Mr. Hackman. Despite starring in 2 sequels for The Matrix and several sequels to John Wick, the one franchise Keanu turned down was the continuation of Speed. The first movie had a total gross revenue of $350.5 million and won 2 Oscars. Following the movie's success, the studio approached Keanu with an offer of an unprecedented $11 million for Part 2. After reading the script, and according to his manager hating it, Keanu politely declined the offer. And he was right to do so. Speed 2, an action flick about a hijacked commercial cruise, was, to put it mildly, a disappointment. So what does Keanu do with all his money if he's not that excited about it? Well, he is a philanthropist who readily uses his wealth and status to help others. But it is worth mentioning that, as a charitable donor, Keanu avoids the spotlight whenever he can. One of Keanu's sisters is a cancer survivor. She was diagnosed with a type of leukemia in the 90s. As she fought the disease, Keanu was her primary caretaker. He witnessed firsthand that beating cancer and cancer research are extremely expensive endeavors. So he set up a private foundation that does research and supports children's hospitals. Like we've mentioned, the actor doesn't go around parading his contribution. "I don't like to attach my name to it. I just let the foundation do what it does," he says simply. Remember that we said Keanu used to play hockey? In high school, he even earned the nickname The Wall, as the impenetrable goalie. He probably is well aware of the dangerous injuries the players sustain during the harsh game. That is why he participated in a fundraiser for SCORE, Spinal Cord Opportunities for Rehabilitation Endowment. This charity was founded after a UCLA hockey player's spinal cord was injured during a game. Reeves, as we've learned, is a generous, caring soul. But what he doesn't care for is untrue claims. Keanu must have had dozens of weird encounters with fans, but the 2010 paternity suit filed against him takes the cake. A Canadian woman named Karen claimed that Reeves fathered her 4 children. She sought $3 million a month in spousal support and $150,000 a month in retroactive child support, since the kids were already adults by then, with the youngest being 21. Karen maintained she had an affair with Reeves throughout the years and during her marriage, that they lived together, and that he was present at the birth of some of her kids. Keanu agreed to take a DNA test, which of course proved that he wasn't the father. The judge dismissed the case and commented that any trial would be a waste of limited judicial resources. Otherwise, it's easy to find yourself in Keanu Reeves' good graces. Mind you, we're not saying that you should actively seek to become his friend.
No.
But if you happen to share a scary experience with him nearby, be sure that Reeves would make you feel comfortable and tell some trivia facts about the city you'd end up in. Just recently, Keanu made headlines when he ended up in a plane that had to make an emergency landing in Bakersfield, California.
It was one of those things where the pilot came and just said something that was it sounded like, we've lost an engine and we're diverting to, Bakersfield.
Unfortunately, the local airport was closed at the time, which presented new challenges for the passenger and crew. Instead of jumping into a limo and speeding off on his own, Reeves talked to airline representatives and discussed the most efficient way to get to the Burbank airport with fellow passengers. Eventually, they decided to hit the road in vans instead of waiting for another plan. Reeves climbed into the van with the others and even read out some fun facts about Bakersfield as they drove. Thank you, Keanu Reeves, for teaching us that our most valuable resource isn't money. It's kindness and the time we're willing to dedicate to the human beings around us.